Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It's me, Sam Martin and Eric Knight of the Prescott Times. How's it going, Eric? What day is it? What is making you tick? Let's try both of those. Not in order.
Well, and Marissa already hit us up. Good morning, Marissa. All right, you ready for it? So first of all, the title was "Are you ready for the weather coming?" So we'll get to that. But today is National Pizza Day.
National Pizza Day. I really love pizza. I loved pizza, but now I'm kind of like, oh man, I feel like I went lactose intolerant, gluten free. Like I went through all this like craziness, and I'm just like, dear God, I don't know what happened, why it's like this, and if we could go ahead and make a difference. But
you got to tell us before you went through all this, where was your favorite local pizza place?
Oh, that's a crazy one. Okay, so I love the stove over at Park Plaza Deli because it was just like, it was cool. It was nice. Limoncello's has almost the same concept.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was kind of a toss-up because the ingredients over at Rosati's was good, but the taste of the crust was better at the other two locations. So
you got Rosa's, you got Bill's Pizza. Like we have a lot of pizza.
Yeah, well, pizza seems to be like the most universal food out there, and it's kind of intense to go ahead and think that this is something that could actually be of a delicacy for the American people. But once again, if you have those allergies and you have those problems, it's really hard to go ahead and actually consume those foods. But there is I don't know if you've tried it yet, but out there at what's that one place in Prescott Valley? Mod's Pizza.
Mod's, yeah.
They have cauliflower dough.
I've heard that.
Have you tried it? Have
you tried it yet?
Yeah, it actually tastes really good. I mean, cauliflower in general, you could change it from having wings for wings with wing sauce.
Mm-hmm.
You could actually fry up some cauliflower and have wing sauce on there. It's kind of a crazy delicacy, but it tastes good. But I'm starting to find new things that my body's not liking, so I'm starting to change. Have you ever heard of the day 30 or whatever it's called? 30 day, or what is it called? Something 30.
No, you got to help me. Where is it at?
It's a way of eating. It basically takes out a lot of bad toxins in your body, and sugar is actually one of them. So it's kind of crazy. But anyway, Ceci was like, hey, let's go ahead and do that and make
you can't have any pizza. You can't have any of that good stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, I started naming off some stuff. She goes, no. And I was like, well, what's an alternative? Well, the idea is to strictly get away from the sugars, because sugars do really, honestly, I guess they're bad for you.
It is. All right. So we're getting all kinds of comments in the chat about pizza places. So post your favorite pizza place. It's got to be local. Post it in the chat.
It has to be local. And you know what, guys? This is one of the cool days about the cool things about today is that you can do anything that you want, and there's a lot of cool local pizza places. So if you want to tag us and enjoy a piece of pizza, and just share with us, we'd love to know for sure. Oh, the Whole 30. There you go. Lisa is on it. The Whole 30 is what it's called, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate that, Lisa. And I tell you what, it's something that is
we forgot. Misty put Costco pizza. Man, for their, what is it, $2 slices? I can't remember how much it is now. That's hard to beat. But we got to support the locals.
Yes, we definitely got to support the locals. So, guys, when you have an opportunity to go ahead and share with us, one of the things that everybody loves is food, and it's obviously healthy for us, good for us. Just let us know. We would love to go ahead and hear about it, and also share it. And as everybody is saying, that the local pizza, Bill's Pizza, is good. The good pizza stuff, man. Good pizza stuff. So anyways, let's get into the weather, because this is what we are all here for, guys. We are all here for the weather. And yes, there is snow, rain, whatever coming through, and it's starting to go ahead and make its presence known, because it's starting to get a little windy and it's starting to stay cold. I mean, if you guys look at the forecast for the next 10 days, it is actually rolling from I think we're right. Today we're going to have probably the highest out of the whole week, which is 55 degrees. And if you guys remember last week, we were at about 60, 65. And when going down to Phoenix, we were up to 70, 78 degrees down in Phoenix. So we know that there's going to be a little bit of change because we can see it in the weather. I could actually feel it. If you go outside, you can actually feel this weather. So what we are looking at right now is 54, 58, 51. It does not get out of 50, probably not until Monday the 22nd.
And snow this weekend, which will make things. It's not a ton of snow in the Prescott proper area. I think we're looking at like an inch total between Saturday and Sunday, and I don't think they're going to have any accumulation in Prescott Valley and Prescott. So it's not like the last storm. I don't know about you though. I still see snow out there from the last storm.
Yeah, there's a lot, man. In the shade, especially on the side of the mountains that don't get too much sun. Definitely snow there, which is totally awesome because at one point in time it will melt. And then we'll go ahead and have our streams that our creeks that like to have a little bit of water. There's a couple little water holes around the area that, that's what we actually have those little spots for. And they actually stay up until the end of springtime, close to the beginning of summertime. And it actually really is an awesome place. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, shh, don't tell nobody. Because
hey, I don't know if you've been to Granite Creek. Granite Creek is running like crazy.
Yes, Granite Creek is good.
Water is cold. Hey, wait, you should get in it.
So I was down at the lake this past weekend, and we did bring that up. Like I should probably just jump in, but I thought it was going to be as warm as it was the prior weekend as us visiting the place, but it was cloud cover, and I made an excuse and didn't get in. It was not a good day.
We got looks like G on here. So named all of them that I think we've covered so far for pizza places, but also Two Mamas Pizza. I've never heard of that one. You know where they're at?
Yeah, Two Mamas Pizza is on Cortez Street, right in between Murphy's and Domino's. If you guys are in the neighborhood, it's right there literally next to Domino's.
Okay.
Well, three doors down.
There you go.
Parking lot.
And think about the fast ones like Domino's and Pizza Hut, and then also Little Caesars. There is a ton of pizza here, San Martin. Streets in New York. I mean, wow. People in Prescott must love pizza.
Wow. You know what? Let's talk about Jai Surf name. That's a crazy, great name, man. I don't know where it came from, but awesome. It's like a three-letter name. Two-letter, three-letter name. I like that, man. Keep it simple. Hey, what's up, TC Carpet Care? If you guys all came to the business mixer that happened a couple of days ago, TC Carpet Care was there, so shout out to them for making a presence, and their whole team came. So good morning, guys. Good morning, Maxwell, Carissa. Guys, so let's talk about a little of what came in yesterday as far as some breaking news. How about that? You want to listen to some breaking news?
Is it good news or is it bad news?
Sometimes it's good, Eric. Sometimes it's bad. It just depends on how you accept it.
All right. Well, let's see what we got.
Okay, so everybody's been talking a little bit about the Yavapai County Justice Center. And once again, they ended up having a lawsuit put against them because they were building on top of wasted land, meaning that at one point in time, that land was used to go ahead and put our trash and bury it. If you guys don't remember that from back in the days, that's what that location was. Now, if you go by there, you have the juvenile hall there, and right next door is where this is going to be. So they are set to go ahead and have reached a milestone this past January. The project was divided into two core stages. The first stage contained all the necessary planning leading up to the groundbreaking, as well as completion of the major dirt work. Andrew Baird, the civil project manager for Kimley Horn, said, "When we started work on the Justice Center project, one of the first things we noticed was that the site itself sat significantly below Prescott Lakes Parkway." So it's acknowledging that there's, flooding. There's just that location is just it's in the crevice. So they have to go ahead and do a little bit of moving some dirt and making.
I got a question for you because you've been here your whole life. How long ago has it been since that dump has been open?
As far as I can remember it. So it used to be, if everybody knows where they go now, that place is just a transfer station now. So it doesn't have none of the trash that goes to that transfer station stays at that transfer station. It actually gets compacted and shipped out there on 167, 168, 169. I forgot what it was.
Out of the 169, it goes out close to 17, out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
So now it's taken out there. But if everybody remembers that we used to go ahead and take the trash there, and it was buried, and obviously a mountain is now there. Trash.
I've got to ask, because it seemed always strange to me, but that it was by the lake.
Well, yeah. I mean, once again, if you have been here for all your life, you acknowledge that that lake right there is definitely full of toxins.
But wait a minute, that lake goes into our water supply.
Unfortunately, man, it's the humanity of life. Okay. We make waste. We have to we have to put the waste somewhere. So therefore, this is what the outcome is, guys. Future time talking about where we actually put all our stuff. If I'm not mistaken, technically they allow that water to seep back in our wastewater.
They let it seep back into the groundwater, right?
Yeah, and they try to take out as much sediment as possible. But if you guys know how water works, this is exactly how it works. So, I mean, that's probably why they put it at the lowest part of the city, is because that's kind of how it works. Water runs downhill, and therefore they have to make us. I don't know, guys. I mean, let's not talk about where our water.
So does a bunch of other stuff, but we won't go there.
Yeah, but and if you actually do a little research, they do try to recycle a significant amount, but they do also allow a lot of that water to seep back into the system. So, anyways.
I was asking to, kind of on the tangent, because I've never seen anybody build on a dump so fast. I don't know how long it's been closed, but that is strange. But I guess they know what they're doing, right?
In most cases, a lot of people do. But if you actually go back and look at kind of like some of the engineering for Prescott, Arizona, when during flood seasons, the drains flood. So when the drains flood, that means the water has to go somewhere, and it just comes up and then goes right into our creeks. So I feel like there's a flaw in the design system, but then again, how do you work it, especially when Mother Nature decides to go ahead and rear her ugly head when it comes down to flooding? So
well, it's quick and dirty, right? And that's actually something to notice. If you've ever been on Montezuma, you'll see all the drainages actually flow into Granite Creek.
Yep.
And so that's what they're saying. You can't drink that water, and you can't have wells in downtown Prescott because they say it's contaminated, because all that stuff from the streets wash into Granite Creek and get into the system that way. So that, I guess that makes sense.
It does. But once again, engineering is supposed to be at its finest. I feel like there has to be a way to go ahead and clean out these systems, especially if there's clogs and stuff. So you have to have those manholes in order for us to service those infrastructures. So, I mean, it's a catch-22, man. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and hopefully the way that they drain the water and take care of the water helps us out in the future, man. That's all we can care about right now. But like we were talking about yesterday, water, water, water. If you guys want to know more about water, you're more than welcome to. You can find out what's in your water at what'sinyourwater.org, I think. And it'll tell you all the contaminants and everything that's in there. So let's go ahead and talk about what Prescott Valley has been doing. They have been actually, let me just read you. Prescott Valley Police DUI enforcement. This is something that's been ongoing, guys. Hasn't stopped. So Prescott Valley Police Department continues its support of the Governor's Office of Highway Safety DUI traffic enforcement program on a daily basis. The objective of the enforcement program is to reduce the number of vehicle collisions and the resulting injuries and fatalities through increased high visible enforcement. Police continue to focus on impaired driving, speeding enforcement, and pedestrian safety. Increased patrol efforts are not focused along State Route 69, one of the busiest corridors in the Quad City area, but throughout the town. So It looks like they were trying to go ahead and present us with what was happening for the Super Bowl weekend. So since the beginning of February 2021, the police department has made 5 DUI arrests, 2 of which were on Super Bowl Sunday, which there was 1 accident and 4 traffic stops that resulted in the arrest of a DUI. 1 driver had a blood alcohol content of 0.299, which is over 3 times the legal limit of 0.08. So, and to be in all honesty, even a .01 will get you arrested. So, FYI, guys, if you guys are driving impaired or you start swerving and you have a alcohol content thing, that they can go ahead and actually arrest you for a DUI. So, be careful on how you actually make this for yourselves, guys. As far as safety, you guys shouldn't be driving while intoxicated anyway. So, anyways, you can read the rest of that story on theprescotttimes.com. That one just came in. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So, Eric, the other day, actually, you sent me a little bit of something about the techie side of Prescott, Arizona. Do you want to elaborate a little bit of what is going on with all of that?
Are you talking about the satellite stuff?
We're talking about the satellite stuff, but we're also talking about how Prescott is trying to go ahead and bring the tech world in and start to create business and actual jobs for the local Prescottonians.
Yeah, so we actually have a guest that's going to come on Friday and talk about, basically, we have what's called an incubator here, which gets tech companies started, moved here off the ground and things like that. And so we have Professor John Haas from Embry-Riddle University, which obviously local, is going to be on the show and kind of talk about what we have going on there and what they're doing to make sure that we have some tech jobs here for people graduating, out of our high schools and colleges.
That is amazing. And once again, guys, this is all about what is happening in our local communities. So be sure to tune in on that. And as Eric says, he likes to talk about tech stuff. So also check out his YouTube channel. He wanted to talk about the new satellite system, which I was like, huh? What are you talking about? He's like, oh, you don't watch my stuff? And I'm like, dang, you caught me.
I did.
We do gotta watch it. We do gotta watch it, guys. So
I did. For those local, we always have very limited internet access here. Maybe one provider, and everybody remembers when the cables get cut, we have nothing. Starlink, which is Elon Musk's, the Tesla guy and the SpaceX guy, has a company called Starlink that launched a bunch of satellites, and they are now taking signups for Prescott so that they can turn up service later this year. So if you hate your satellite, or if you hate your internet, or if you're outside of the Prescott Valley, Chino Valley area, and you're on like Viasat or HughesNet, this could be pretty cool. But it's first come, first serve, and it's going to be really limited. So if you really want better internet, check out my video on my YouTube channel.
Yes, make sure you check it out because Eric has a lot of great insight on a lot of things that are happening. So, Eric, the city of Prescott sent us a press release talking about the Tourism Advisory Committee, also abbreviated as TAC, and the Prescott Area Arts and Humanities Council, PAAHC, grant program. This is actually set up for people that are wanting to go ahead and do local events. So it looks like they're wanting to get people in there so they can get grants. So applications are being now accepted. And then they are going to go ahead and have a vote on where they're going to go ahead and allocate this money that has been received by the bed tax of Prescott, Arizona, which is awesome. If you guys don't know what the bed tax means, is that every time somebody sleeps in any of the beds in Prescott, Arizona, a little bit of a tax, I think it's like $2 or $3 or whatever, goes to the city of Prescott, and then they take that money and give it to promoters and event coordinators to go ahead and actually present an event here locally in Prescott, where we are able to go ahead and help our economic growth get bigger and better because of these events. So that's
tourism. San Martin tourism is so important.
It is important, but we also, I think, should probably possibly think a little bit more about how we could go ahead and keep business local, where we could go ahead and keep that money and taxes here locally in the city of Prescott, such as supporting the young and starting businesses and the smaller businesses that are here. So if you guys have the opportunity to buy something here, do it. It will help out, and it will keep our streets working. It will keep the workers keeping the things clean, so we don't have graffiti on the walls, so we don't have trash just flying around, and we have a good sewer system.
And we don't have potholes in the road, or we have roads with that are
Potholes, yeah, we don't want no potholes, guys.
No, but that money is for tourism. So if you have Airbnb, I know a lot of people hate Airbnbs. If you're staying in a hotel, things like that, they're paying extra money versus just a regular long-term rental that goes directly kind of into that budget, which is pretty big.
Yeah, it's a very big thing. So I know that this is the ongoing story, but guess what? Vaccines is something that is actually a really big deal. I don't know if anybody really thought about this whole way of processing these vaccines towards people, age limits, and et cetera, but they found a little bit of an issue. So I guess it's the headline of this information comes out with older adults without family or friends lag in the race to get vaccines. So what's happening is this. So you have your grandfather, your mother, your dad, whatever it may be, they are first in line to go ahead and get the vaccine. Well, what if they were actually living with the younger family members that are not in line to go ahead and get the vaccine? So they're finding a little bit of a how do you balance this out? So I guess that what is happening is that Yavapai County Community Health is trying to go ahead and make it work for everybody. So we got to be patient. I guess that's exactly what is needed right now is patience. And I know that people need to go ahead and be precautious still. I actually asked one lady the other day that ended up getting the vaccine. I said, do you feel a little bit wrong when they tell you that you still got to wear your mask and still practice social distancing even after you have gotten the vaccine? And her response was the best response ever. She stated, she says, no, because there's still people out there that are vulnerable, and there are still people out there that can catch this off of us, and they could still die. And I was like, oh, okay, point taken. But then again, I'm thinking to myself, it's just awkward. This whole thing is awkward, and I've never been a part of anything like this, so it's really hard to talk about such things. So,
well, we do have to add, San Martin, that I did see a post last night that they've reopened appointments in Prescott Valley, and so they had an 800 number out there, and of course on the website. So if you're within the class that can get it, I think we're in 1B still, maybe 1C, I'm not sure. But you can now get appointments again, at least for the time being, at Findlay Toyota Center.
Yeah, and then I'm going to go ahead and post a link, and this link is actually to appointment to assist eligible residents on how to make an appointment. You can go ahead and visit this website. So I'm going to go ahead and post that website for you guys, so you guys can go ahead and actually try to work off of that. So there it is, my friends. There it is.
Nice. There okay. So that's where you register right there, right?
Yeah, that's where you get all the information as well. So Eric, so today was the first day for Kiki to go back to school, and it was cool that we were able to go ahead and give Kiki a chance to go back to school and stuff, because once again, they do need that stuff. And it really honestly needs to go ahead and be a part of, our day-to-day things, because it does help. It does help, with education. And it's kind of crazy because we're sitting here, we're like, okay, let's stop what we're doing so we can help educate. And sometimes it gets a little bit like, oh my gosh, all right, this is a lot to go ahead and handle. We were going through, I think it was 5 thick packs of homework with Kiki, and we went over it this morning, and we're like, oh my gosh, there's some things that are missing. It's just like, oh no. But anyways, we are all in this together. I don't know how it's going to fare with the children, but hopefully we can all make a difference and we get back to normal. But anyway, they went back to school.
So she's in Prescott Unified School District, right?
Yes.
What's her schedule then? Because I know Chino just voted to do partial back. Not sure where Prescott Valley is. And I saw people walking to school today to Prescott High. So what's the schedule so far?
Right now we're looking at Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so she'll also be learning online Mondays Wednesdays and Fridays. So there's constant education going on the whole time. And once again, this is the most important time of her life because this is where she really starts learning how to read and start doing the math. This is one of those moments where you're just like, just go read it. And then, if you have any more questions, come talk to me. And she'll be like, I just don't get some of the wording, because it's just, it is what it is. We have to understand that. So I feel a lot of pain for the people that are in the first and second graders because to keep up.
It's tough. San Martin, I mean, we've homeschooled and we talk about it a lot, which is the hardest thing is getting them up to the reading stage, because once they can read and understand what they're reading, they can school on their own for the most part. You just got to make sure they get the work done. But up to that point, it is very, very hands-on.
Yes. And we definitely take on a whole nother job, a task, if I may say, to go ahead and keep them in tune with it, And one of the most crazy question ever, Kiki, did you finish your homework? And the best answer, I think so.
I always said yes, even if it wasn't done, because if I knew if I said no, I would have to stop playing outside.
Exactly. And so anyway, she's getting smarter than we actually really think. But at the same time, it's hard. It's definitely hard for a lot of us. So we plan on doing a couple of extra things, curricular activities, so she can still get her playtime with the children and stuff. I guess there's an outdoor adventure club that we're going to invest in and give, her another chance to hang out and do something. So it sounds like fun, but
it does.
Once again, it's really difficult to go from, what your business is doing and straight into learning first grade math or second grade math or whatever it is.
It's always a good reminder, right? Refresher course.
Well, technically, we would have to go back to school with her because they obviously are changing the way of math. It's just a way of, I don't know.
They are.
It's critical thinking, that's for sure. It's not the old 1 + 1, man. It's not the 1 + 1.
Well, I've heard opinions on both sides, so that's good. All right, so we're not quite out of time yet, but how's the YouTube and newsletter sign up going?
Wow. So because of the past 2 days or whatever, the newsletter that went out, thank you everybody that actually joined, and I appreciate you 100% for actually coming in. And we went from, I think it was 53 subscribers to 74 in one day. So that was amazing. Thank you guys very much for helping us out. 26 more, and we will be able to go ahead and get one more feature, but then we need 1,000 hours of watched videos. So we're going to try to repost these videos so people can go ahead and watch this stuff and catch a couple of minutes of it, because every minute counts, everybody. So if you guys are still on with us, please go and just allow it to play in the background. Don't just push mute. Whatever you need to do, just do it. Make it happen. It's not like we're begging, but we are trying to get it done. But Eric, I just want to let everybody know also, we have some magnets.
Hey, look at that.
We have some magnets, so you guys can go ahead and put up on your refrigerators. If you guys are wanting one, just message me. Let's see if I can go ahead and meet up with you guys one day, and I will go ahead and start distributing them. So that's kind of cool. I really actually like getting a little bit of merch for people.
Swag.
Some swag, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your plans for the day, Eric?
Work.
I like that, man. You're always a working man, and that actually works out because guess what? It's a good day to work. It's Tuesday.
It is
Taco Tuesday.
You know what, though? That is true. It is Taco Tuesday. So does that mean you can't have pizza on Taco Tuesday since it's National Pizza Day?
You could actually turn your pizza into a taco. Remind yourself of that.
All right.
And if you put it into your oven, you can go ahead and cook it a little bit longer so the crust is a little bit crispier.
Okay. Point taken. Well, good.
You can turn it into a chip pizza, taco pizza. Anyways,
all right. Taco Pizza Tuesday. Got it. I'm writing it down.
All right, my friends. Well, thank you, everybody that joined with us. Thank you, everybody, for shouting out your favorite pizza spot. Please go ahead and keep on dropping those pizza ideas and where to go to get the favorite pizza. And don't forget, it's Taco Tuesday. So go find your best taco and then let us know about it because we love those tacos. With that being said, peace, love, and happiness. Let it not be war. And remember, love always wins. We'll catch you here tomorrow, 8:45 a.m. in the morning. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, everybody. Bye.